How's it going, everyone? My name is Brad Browning. I am YouTube's resident breakup and marriage expert. I just recently surpassed 100,000 subscribers and almost at 17 million views now. Holy smokes, I only have you guys to thank. The more you support my channel, the more free, high-quality video content I can give you. So please do like, comment, and subscribe. Okay, so here's a question that I got the other day from one of my customers. We'll call her Andrea. Andrea and her ex-boyfriend broke up about 5 weeks ago. And since then, she's engaged in no contact and decided to download Tinder to keep her mind off her ex. But about 20 swipes in, she saw her ex-boyfriend. Now at this point, she closed the app and frantically wrote me an email freaking out about the situation. Of course, I know what a lot of people would do if they saw their ex on Tinder. But I digress. Andrea told me how upset she was. I mean, who wouldn't be in her situation? She still wasn't over her ex-boyfriend, not by a long shot, and she had tried repeatedly to salvage the relationship and get him back into her life. All of those attempts failed, and that's when she signed up for my personal coaching program. And she described to me how her boyfriend broke up with her, how he just decided to, dump her right out of the blue, and how heartbroken she was. I told her a few simple psychological strategies that got her to move past the initial blows of heartbreak, and now she's doing a lot better. But of course, she still wants her ex-boyfriend back. And she asked me specifically what she should do if she encountered her ex on Tinder. Well, I have the answer. But first, I gotta tell you a couple of things to not do if you do see your ex on Tinder. Number one, you should never ever freak out at your ex. It's easy to be angry and upset when you see your ex on Tinder. You feel like he or she is quickly moving on without you, but that really probably isn't the case. After a breakup, people they feel lonely, right? And that sort of loneliness is often the catalyst for trying something new like Tinder. So it's very important that you do not freak out with your ex when you see him or her on a dating app like Tinder. So don't message him or her saying, how dare you download Tinder or anything like that. After all, you're on Tinder as well too, right? So don't freak out. And number two, don't let it discourage you from using dating apps. Dating apps can be a great way to meet people, and it can be really fun as well. So if you see your ex on online dating sites like Match.com, Plenty of Fish, don't let it discourage you from trying out those avenues yourself. It can be a great way to build connections, make friends, and help you to stop thinking about your ex so much. So now that I've told you a couple things you should not do, now comes the big question. Do you swipe left or do you swipe right? If you legitimately do want your ex back, the answer to this question is simple. Swipe right. If you don't match with your ex, it's not a big deal. Maybe he or she hasn't seen you on Tinder yet. Or maybe they just don't want things to be awkward between the two of you. But if you swipe right and they swipe left, they will have no idea that you swiped right anyways. Now, if you do match, here's a chance where you can use humor to your advantage. At this point, you want to talk about how hilarious it was that you two matched up on Tinder. But there are a couple other tips that you should also keep in mind. Number one, talk about how lame the dating app has been for you, and how you've just been using it for entertainment value. Joke around and say that all your matches have been weird, awkward, and creepy. By doing this, you let your ex know that you aren't serious about finding someone on Tinder. And this will help, put him or her at ease if they are still shaken up about the breakup. Number two, don't talk about your relationship or anything negative. Not yet anyway. It's easy to start bringing out those old skeletons from your closet and talk about how heartbroken you are, but now is not the time, especially not on Tinder. The only thing that you should be doing is just laughing and joking with your ex, So be positive, keep the conversation light and easygoing. And number three, don't talk about who they've matched up with or if they've been on any Tinder dates. Now, I know you're curious, and as curious as you are, just don't ask your ex about his or her, Tinder dating life. In fact, don't even ask about their dating life at all. If you look like you're prying, you're gonna look controlling and insecure, and it's just gonna look like you haven't gotten past the breakup. So you definitely wanna avoid doing that at all costs. And number four, talk about how many matches you've had. Now, if you've read my X Factor program, then you know that if you want your ex back, you need to convey to him or her that you're hot stuff, that all the other single people in town are chasing after you. Even if that isn't true, it's important to at least play it off this way. because this is going to make you seem a lot more attractive to your ex, and it'll force your ex to second guess their decision to end the relationship. So you could say something like, one of my matches told me he'd like to go on a long walk on the beach with me. Can you say lame? You know, once you let your ex know how many people are chasing you down, they might second guess their decision to break up with you, right? And at that point, then you can turn the tide and you can make your ex chase you down for a second chance. But of course, these aren't the only tips that I have for you guys. If you do want to learn some more sneaky psychological strategies that are going to help to make your ex beg to take you back, especially if you've matched with them on Tinder, head over to breakupbrad.com and watch my free video presentation on there. That's www.breakupbrad.com, and watch that video until the very, very end, because in it I go over 3 psychological strategies that are going to ensure that to make your ex regret the breakup and come crawling back to you. And again, guys, if you have any questions, just leave them in the comments section below the video, and I will do my very best to get back to you personally. Thanks a lot, YouTube. We'll talk to you soon.